But first, let's get into Moby, the musician and singer, who's just my worst. Like, I would never be into it. I knew a girl that followed him for like 3 years on tour. Anyway, he wrote a second biography, and in it, he got into detail of the romance he had with Natalie Portman. He said she came to a show of his and then they started to date, and she was a student at Harvard, and he said she was 20. She said she was 18 and she remembers him being really creepy. And he in the book says, "No, we totally dated." So I did the math, and if he was 18, then if she was 18, he would have been 34. That's pretty gross. And obviously if she was 20, what is what he said, he was 36. Again, pretty gross. He like went in the book, he said they hung out, they dated. He saw her at Harvard. He went back to her dorm room or her apartment and laid with her and enjoyed her so much, and then extracted himself from her bed, and it was just a beautiful relationship. And she's like, no, you were creepy and weird." Since then, he posted, which I'm showing if you're watching this on my YouTube, youtube.com/Heather McDonald. I have my screen up. He posted a photo of the two of them together. By the way, Natalie Portman, 37 years old, looks exactly the same today as she did in this college photo where she's either 18 or 20. I mean, the exact same face. It's insane. So he writes on his Instagram where he's shirtless with his ugly face and her. And he said, "I recently read a gossip piece where Natalie Portman said that we'd never dated. This confused me as we did, in fact, date. And after briefly dating in 1999, we remained friends for years. I like Natalie and I respect her intelligence and activism. But to be honest, I can't figure out why she would actively misrepresent the truth about our, albeit brief, involvement. The story is laid out in my book. Then I Fell Apart is accurate." Oh, that's the name of the book, Then I Fell Apart. "With lots of corroborating photo evidence." And I cannot say that word. Just like Ramona. Just saw Ramona. So anyway, who cares? I think he's trying to sell books, but I believe her that I think she hung out with him and he was a star, but like, I don't think they boned. That's my. So maybe in the book he says they boned, but from what I read, it was just that they were like hanging out, making out, dating. So I think that's really the question we need to figure out. Speaking of Ramona, just saw her on Watch What Happens Live, and she got the new teeth. And I think they look great. They are not as big as some of the other people that have joined the new teeth club. And I cannot believe she's 62. And she's dancing around, and she said, "You know what? I'm not narcissistic, Andy. I'm actually just not aware. I'm just unaware. That's what I did. That's what gets me in trouble." And I've said in the past and admitted to that there's things about Ramona that I can relate to. And I think it's that in all my years of being a girlfriend to many friends, as you know, I've kept these groups of friends from grammar school, high school, college, post-college. I can keep a friendship, but I sometimes get myself in trouble. And looking back, I think it's because I've been a little bit of a Ramona. I've maybe not been the nicest to somebody, or not really aware of it, or I'm flipping my hair, I'm just having a good time, or I'm taking a gift that's for a charity from another friend thinking, "You brought 5, why can't I just walk in with one box?" I think I have a little bit of Ramona in me. And I just want to say, Ramona, at 62, don't become aware, because it's worked for you for 12 seasons. Just like Sonia, don't ever stop drinking, Sonia. We need it for the show. Bethany, don't ever stop talking about your skinny girl shit. It is what is working for New York. And Ramona's new teeth are freaking working. And she looks amazing. You know who also has new teeth? Oh my God, it's pretty amazing. I'm going to show you this right now. The host of America's Got Talent, Simon, has got horrible big new teeth. Look at this photo. We will put these also on my Instagram where you slide through my Instagram at Heather McDonald. But if you're listening to this and you're driving and you're like, I want to see what you're talking about, that's how you can see it quickly. He got big freaking new chompers, like almost frightening. And he also is part of the Too Heavy Brow Club, which is also happening. Everybody's doing too heavy of the brows, too big a teeth. And now what I want to talk about, and it's not just me, I've thought about it, but my other good girlfriend, Liz Roman, has discovered it too. And that's where everybody has a shiny white dot. You know how you would do like a triangle on your nose if you were going to be a cat for Halloween? That's what everybody's doing, the tip of their nose, but they're doing a silver highlighty, pearly whiteness that shows on camera and on TV. And I think some makeup artists started it, and now it's like everybody has that. It's like Rudolph, except if you're a reality star, instead of a red thing on your reindeer nose, you have a white glowing, like come into the light, like a light that's just like leading people into heaven, and it's at the tip of your nose. Also very interesting and disturbing. Ooh, I went to a party last week, and guess who was there? Yeah, like you're going to guess. Jason Priestley, okay, who is Brandon from 90210. I have been at a couple parties with he and his beautiful Australian wife in the past many times. So I see the two of them there, and the wife's like, "Hi, how are you?" She remembered me, and she's very beautiful. They have 2 kids, and they've been together a very long time. They've been married like 14 years. And she was like, "Yeah, hasn't been easy." I'm like, "Well, me neither." But I mean, you did marry Brandon, who worked at the Peach Pit when his sister didn't have to work at all. So I think you married a pretty stand-up guy. You know, he had to raise all of his own money, even though he lived in Beverly Hills, to have a car. And now you're kind of bitching about him. But no, all joking aside, I said, "Are you excited for the new show?" And she said, "It'll be very interesting to see. Either people are going to love it or they're going to hate it because it's not what you think it is." And then I read in some of the gossip sites and stuff that it is them playing themselves, like a heightened version of themselves. So they're all themselves, but a little bit different, that they had all been on this TV show together. And now they're getting together to do like a reunion or a remake of the show. So it's not like they're playing their characters from the Peach Pit. It's like they're playing their characters as real actors that were big hits when they were in their 20s. So I think it's going to be kind of juicy, and it's on Fox. So there you go. I'm very excited for, well, this will have passed, but this past Sunday will have been the episode we've all been waiting for on Keeping Up, when they find out that Jordan Woods, best friend of Kylie, cheated with Tristan, the baby daddy of Chloe's daughter, True. You know the story of Jordan Woods. They'd been friends forever. Can you send that photo to me? Okay, we're posting this also because Jordan she still is a very pretty black girl, 20 years old, great skin, great look. Now, over the years of being friends with Kylie, she has definitely improved herself. She's gotten some fillers. She's gotten, the better clothes, the better hair, but still a pretty face. Well, now they're no longer friends. And I told you they would never be friends again. I said, even though Jordan was like a sister to her, an aunt to Stormy, lived in the house, was her friend since they were like, 14. You know what? She betrayed the sisters. And what's great about Kris Jenner in birthing so many children is that they don't need to have any friends. They have built-in siblings, okay? But she still likes to have some friends around. So she has replaced Jordan with another beautiful black girl that is also curvy, has great skin and a great face. And her name is Heather. I mean, first of all, didn't know that a lot of African-American girls were named Heather, but then to have a pretty young one who's Kylie's best friend named Heather, I mean, I got to get this girl in on the Keeping Heather's Hot for generations to come. Keeping Heather's Hot for generations to come, because she's very pretty, very pretty. I think she's got a prettier face than Jordan. And I'm not just saying that because she is named Heather, but she seriously replaced her friend with like a similar looking friend, which is kind of crazy. And then then she has another friend named Stassi, Kylie. And Kylie and Stassi both got matching tattoos by the name of Stormy, Kylie's daughter. Now, I think they're all great moms, okay? But I think sometimes the Kardashians are treating their kids like little demigods. Like they are the babies. Like to getting the names tattooed, and King Cairo and Dream and True and Chloe have to wear matching outfits all the time. Like, I think, hey, it's working out. You have all the money in the world, whatever. But I think it's just a different way to raise your kids. Hey, it's a different generation. Who am I to say anything about it, really? Okay, there's another juicy story. You remember the juiciest GoFundMe story ever that turned out to be a total scam. This is where this cute couple, the girl who is named Caitlin, she ran out of gas, and a homeless guy, or she approached a homeless guy, or he saw her, and he gave her his last $10 so that she could get enough gas to get out of some hokey area she was. They found him, and he was homeless and a former VA former vet from the war, and was like, struggling with probably with drug addiction and stuff, but he was just still had the heart of gold. So she and her boyfriend, Mark Diamco, they post about it, the story. It goes viral. They start a GoFundMe to help him. Let's get him something. Let's get him a small house, a trailer, a car, maybe some rehab. Let's get him back on his feet because he has a heart of gold. They collect $400,000. Then the vet, Bobbitt, who was still using drugs, and he starts talking, saying, I didn't get all my money from that $400,000 thing. They only gave me some of it. Well, they crack it open, the case. Turns out all three of them were in cahoots. I don't know if the gas story ever happened at all, but it was all in cahoots that we're going to raise this money and we're going to split it. Caitlin has broken up with Mark, and Caitlin and Bobbitt, the vet, have pled guilty in exchange for their testimony against Diamco, saying it was his whole idea. Juicy, right? Thank you. You got to watch those GoFundMes, just really be careful who you're giving to. And it's really unfortunate because in so many ways, it's such a great way to give easily and help someone when it's like to do a funeral, or someone needs something, an illness, and the story is real, and you can easily collect the money from the world that now know your story. But then these assholes have to ruin it for everybody. Okay. Kelly Ripa was ripping on The Bachelor, and she said on the show about how she just felt it's an awful show because all these great women are fighting over this one guy, and she did it on her show with Ryan Seacrest. And I think that's a little crazy because I know Kelly Ripa can't be touched because she's got a hit show with Ryan Seacrest, but still the show's on ABC. And it's clearly The Bachelor, The Bachelor in Paradise, The Bachelorette is a huge show for all of them. It's been going on for 20 years. So then Chris Harrison wrote, look out, Bachelor Nation. Kelly Ripa is coming after you and your disgusting Monday Night Havoc, because she said it was disgusting, a disgusting show. And then Mike Fleiss, who created the show, said, easy at Kelly Ripa. The Bachelor franchise pays your salary. So, it is a live show, and maybe she sometimes just doesn't think about sponsors and things, which is so great because this show, I don't have to worry about anybody, including Kelly Ripa possibly hearing this and not having me on her show because I haven't been on yet. She has every right to her opinion, but I do think you should have tread it a little lightly. And I guess what, Kelly? I disagree. You love Andy Cohen and all the Housewives and all the Bravo shows. Well, how are those shows any less, not empowering than The Bachelorette? And especially nowadays, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, it's an acting job. They are trying to get followers so that they have a career after, or break into the business, or be on Dancing with the Stars, or at least get to a couple 100,000 Instagram followers so they can just go be social influencers and go to Coachella with flowers on their head and take photos. That's all it is, Kelly. They're not laying down their life and giving up their feminism. So it's all entertainment, just like all the Housewife shows are, which you enjoy. So I'm going to say, Kelly, I think you're a tad hypocritical about that, but you're entitled to your opinion. A show that I do think is really gross and I won't be watching is Mama June, From Hot to Not, because as you know, she was Honey Boo Boo's mom. The whole reason they got started is because Honey Boo Boo was part of Toddlers and Tiaras. And she was like 5 and she was sassy. And people just were attracted to this like really kind of hick, sorry to say it, but white trashy family. And anyway, then Mama June, after being on the show for many years, got gastric bypass, got plastic surgery. And what happens sometimes with people that get gastric bypass is their stomach shrinks so small, but then they oftentimes become addicts because they are all of a sudden hot. From not to hot, she's hot. And they're walking around and people are hitting on them and they're feeling great. Add that to reality cameras walking around and feeling great about yourself. Now you walk into the bar for the first time and people are giving you attention. You have a drink, you get drunk 8 times faster because the alcohol is, going into a body that was 8 times bigger at one time. So you get drunk, and then she found a gross boyfriend and they got caught for doing crack. She fell on her face and her teeth are chipped and she's living in a casino. And now Honey Boo Boo is crying and they're going to have an intervention on the show because Honey Boo Boo has to live with pumpkin poo or something. I don't know. There's a sister named Pumpkin or Thimble, or I don't know. And the mom, June, is like, it's fine that you're living with your sister. She's like, Mom, I don't want to live with my sister. So it went from this funny white trash hick family that put spaghetti with ketchup as a meal to her. I can't believe they ever let her back on the show, by the way, TLC, Mama June, after her boyfriend, she got with an old boyfriend that had molested her daughter and did time for it. She got back together with that guy. So then they took the show off for a while, but then they gave her gastric bypass and brought her back. So you know what? Enough with these people. I feel badly for Honey Boo Boo and her sisters because they had a taste of the limelight. They obviously want to stay in it. They don't know how they're going to work, but go to rehab and don't come back. We don't need to see this show anymore. I don't know why TLC keeps bringing these people back. It's pretty disturbing. Lamar has got a book coming out, you guys. It's coming out this weekend. What day is it? Oh, it's coming out Tuesday the 28th. I will be picking it up. I will be going through it on my plane ride to Philly. Well, New York, then Philly. And I will be giving a brief book synopsis and acting out roles. I'm hoping it'll bring me everything I hope it to be. But that'll be part of my show on the 30th. And then you guys will hear it on the podcast. Couple other things. Let's see what else we got here going. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, there was this photo of this rapper named Maluma. And he kissed his mother on the lips and he posted it on Instagram and some people were really disturbed. His name is Maluma. He's 25. He sparked outcry over Mother's Day when he shared a photo of him kissing his mom, Marley Arias, on the lips. And they said, well, he's Latin and like you kiss your parents on the lips. Anyway, I loved it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I showed it to Drake and he said, I don't think it's that bad. And I said, would you like to do that with me? And he said, no. I mean, I haven't even had like a side hug. Like, you know how like the Duggards can only do side hugs until they're married, where they can only put I can't even do that with my son. So I'm hardly going to get a French kiss on Mother's Day, but I don't think there's any problem with it, is my true opinion. Okay, Jason Hoppy, everyone's worst nightmare, especially Bethany Frankel's. Jason Hoppy is in court because Bethany is trying to get full physical custody. Now, what that means, that does not mean that he cannot see the child and that she wouldn't arrange for him to see the child. What it means is she just wants control over the child's schooling, the life, the schedule, the medical, everything. And I don't blame her because he has made it a fucking nightmare. And they always say, oh, can you co-parent? Some people just can't co-parent. Sometimes it's like, let me have the custody. You can go on a trip. You can see her Sunday nights. We can arrange through assistance, but at least I'm not getting in an argument with you every second about if she should take after school dance or not. Like, let me just fucking decide. And, of course, he's fighting it because that will adjust how much time he does have with her. And I think it will adjust how much money he gets from her. And also just the control of wanting control. So he's sitting on the stand crying about it. Bethany is there. And his attorney says, Bethany Frankel cares more about blasting her life to her 2 million Instagram followers than taking care of the daughter. Well, I think that is really lame and low. And hello, it's 2019. Do you not know what this woman does? She runs numerous businesses in which the Instagram feeds the skinny girl jeans, the Real Housewives of it, everything. She's not just, a porn star doing Instagram. Like, I mean, it's all to her whole image. So then she said, well, those 2 million followers are paying for all of this. So there you go. And I agree. Like, that is her job. He met her when she was already a TV star. It's not like she changed. And what a horrible decision she made in marrying him. But he's never going away. Nobody wants to date him. Ugh. The poor girl's like only 9.5. So she's got another. Bethany, you've got at least 4 years before your kid can just make arrangements by herself to see her dad and you be completely out of it. So you've gone this long, just keep going, but hopefully she'll get full custody because I think it would be a huge pain in the ass to have to deal with him about every little thing. Okay. Let's see. Felicity Huffman, they think she's going to go to this federal correctional institution called Dublin, Federal Correctional Institution Dublin in California. And I guess there's like 2 to 4 people in each room. And she's going to have to do some time. That's what this attorney is guessing. So I really can't wait to hear about it. I hope she writes a book about it. I think it could be pretty juicy. All right, here is some YouTube drama. And maybe you don't care, but I mean, it's so big we just can't even avoid it. All right. So there is this kid named James Charles. And he's out gay. He's a YouTube sensation. He does beautiful makeup on himself. He's got millions and millions of followers. And he really got to start because this other girl, Tati, what's her name? Tati Westberg, who's like 37, who's been in the YouTube game of makeup artists and makeup tutorials. She's been in there very long. She met him, took him under her wing, featured him a lot in her YouTube channels, really became close, was his mentor. He started blowing up. She came out with this video, furious, saying that he betrayed her, that he tried to steal like deals from her behind her back without being forthcoming, and that he's trying to turn straight guys gay. And she showed receipts of him being manipulative towards guys saying, I'm not sure if I'm gay or not, and him convincing them that they're gay. People sided with her, and he lost 3 million followers. When I first heard this, which, by the way, I heard it from my son, Brandon, was the first person I heard of it. Then Kelly explained it. I was actually really surprised that anyone would side with her because it's my understanding that if, YouTube world is very pro LGBTQ and, you can't turn someone straight and you can't turn someone gay. That's who you are. So to accuse someone of that, just like you would, accuse someone of taking a poor gay kid and bringing him to some awful Christian camp, like that would be wrong to say that he could change. Isn't it wrong to say that someone could turn someone gay? Like I really couldn't believe that people were siding. Anyway, he lost 3 million followers, some of which were big people in the business and Instagram people and all that. Then he came forward and showed receipts, meaning text messages between the two of them both joking we're so famous and, him and Tati. He also had receipts proving that he didn't do these sneaky business things that she claimed. And then the guy that he supposedly turned gay, who said he was straight, he had texts, in fact, where they had hung out, made out, and the guy showed real interest in him, though he did say, I'm not sure if I'm gay, straight, or bi, so he's back on top. He went to Kylie's skin party. She's got now Kylie's skin. And he too had the glowing little Rudolph white nose on the tip of his nose. So he's part of that group. And, I mean, I can't believe what a big story this is, but now you will know, and you can ask your kids what's with James Charles, and do you think that he turned anyone gay? Because I really can't believe that people were on her side. But now they're back on his side. Who cares? I mean, they are all doing great. You know who's also doing great? Jen frickin' Aniston is doing frickin' great. I am great. She did another huge article in Bazaar where she's got her mouth half open and she's laughing. Just laughing, laughing, laughing. Let me make this photo bigger. Look at her laughing. Fabulous. And 10 years ago, she was in Bazaar, or no, she was in GQ, the cover of GQ, and she wore just a necktie, and she crossed her legs so you couldn't see her crotch, and she leaned over so the side of her waist looked smaller, and then she covered just the nips with her hands, like a little rodent, little hands right there, like a little bunny, or also like a raccoon. And then they had her come back out 10 years later. She's got black opaque tights on, which are pretty forgiving, okay? And little black shorts. And she does look amazing. And she covered her tits. She kind of squished them down, almost like a mammogram squish, and put her arm up. And her body is banging, and she looks great. And she really has not changed in 10 years. I mean, I thought Natalie Portman hasn't changed, but this girl hasn't changed either. And I have to say, though, every article is the same. Every article is the same in that she's evolved and she likes to meditate and she is open to love and she loves her girlfriends and her walks on the beach and her yoga and yeah, just doing this great new show. I'm excited about projects and really exploring it's all the same. Not that she should change. Have I changed that much in 10 years? Not really. So I guess if you did articles on me, you'd be like, oh, God, Heather, it's the same fucking thing. You and your cheap husband and how you like a Chinese chicken salad. So who am I to criticize, really? Guys, I'm very excited. I told you I'm coming to Philly. I'm also coming to Irvine in August. Okay, August 16th through the 18th, Irvine Improv. Plan your summer trip now. Everything is at heathermcdonald.net. I've got lots of other dates. We are coming to Portland. We are coming to Nashville, Chicago. This is all by the end of the year. Tempe in September, the 13th and the 14th. Atlanta, which some of these tickets aren't available. They're all coming. I'm coming to all those places. And I really appreciate that you guys are spreading the word. Go to heathermcdonald.net. Make sure that you leave me a 5-star review on where you can leave the review on wherever you listen to podcasts. You can do it on your phone, on iTunes. You can do it on the computer. I'd like to get to 10,000. It's my birthday is around the corner. I've been killing myself doing these Barbie videos for you guys. So you better be watching them on either YouTube at YouTube, Heather McDonald / Heather McDonald, or Heather McDonald Instagram. Otherwise, you're really missing out. Because if you love me, you're missing out on all the extra content that I'm giving you guys that you can enjoy as well as listening to this podcast. But now I'm very excited to introduce a very hot, juicy, English-speaking, so this is an accent. International people, perk up your ears. He is an English actor, and his name is Noah Wiley. No, sorry. Noah Huntley. We'll have to fix that. His name is Noah Huntley, and here we go. Then I'll just end it. Or no, we'll do a different one for the ending.